If you have diabetes, or even prediabetes, your morning can set the tone for your entire blood sugar day. And here's the shocker. The first drink many people choose in the morning is quietly making their glucose harder to control. Juice, sweet tea, healthy smoothies, even fancy coffee drinks. They feel harmless, but they can spike your sugar before breakfast even starts. So today I'm going to tell you the #1 morning drink I recommend for most people with diabetes, especially older adults, because it is simple, affordable, and backed by common sense physiology and guidance from trusted health organizations. And the best part? It's probably already in your kitchen. Ready? Because this one habit, done consistently, can improve hydration, support your kidneys, reduce cravings, and help you make better breakfast decisions. Welcome to Senior Health Podcast, where we talk about health in a clear, practical way, especially for adults over 45, 55, and beyond. If you want doctor-style explanations without confusing jargon, you're in the right place. Now let's get into it. The #1 morning drink for diabetics, doctor-approved and simple, is plain, clean water. Yes, water, not detox water, not honey water, not fruit juice, not natural sugar drinks, just clean, safe drinking water. And when I say clean water, I mean safe drinking water, because according to the World Health Organization, safe and readily available water is essential for public health. Now let's talk about why this matters, especially in the morning. First, overnight dehydration can make glucose look higher. When you sleep, you go many hours without fluids. In the morning, you're often slightly dehydrated. When you're dehydrated, blood can become more concentrated, so your glucose readings may look worse than they need to. For older adults, this is even more important. As we age, our thirst signal can become weaker, so you may not feel thirsty even when your body needs fluids. Second, water helps you avoid the biggest morning sugar trap. Here's a question for you. What do you drink first in the morning? Tea, coffee, juice, or water? Many people start with something sweet or milky. In the US and Canada, it's common to grab juice, flavored coffee, or sweetened tea. In Germany and many European countries, bread-based breakfasts and sweet spreads can be common, so a sweet drink on top of that can push sugar higher. The American Diabetes Association often encourages choosing zero-calorie beverages like water and limiting sugar-sweetened drinks because they can raise blood glucose. Third, water supports kidney health, critical for diabetics. Diabetes is one of the leading causes of kidney disease. Staying well hydrated supports kidney function and helps the body manage fluid balance. Water is not a cure, but it's a foundational habit that supports overall health. Diabetes isn't just one country's problem, it's global. The International Diabetes Federation, IDF, estimates hundreds of millions of adults worldwide live with diabetes, and the number is rising. In the United States, the CDC reports tens of millions of adults have diabetes, and many are undiagnosed. The American Diabetes Association also notes diabetes prevalence is especially high in older adults, a key reason this channel focuses on seniors. In Canada, national data shows diabetes prevalence is around the 9 to 10% range, and it increases strongly with age. In Germany, credible public health sources report millions living with diabetes, and research suggests prevalence in adults is around roughly 10% in survey-based estimates. So whether you're watching from the USA, Canada, Germany, or anywhere else, this morning habit is universally helpful. Now let's make this practical. Here's the doctor-approved simple method. Drink water soon after waking. Aim for 1 glass, about 250 to 500 milliliters of plain water. Do you wake up with a dry mouth, headache, or low energy? That can be a dehydration hint. Keep it plain, no honey, no sugar, no juice. A common mistake is healthy honey water. Honey is still sugar. Juice is still sugar. Even if it's natural, it can raise glucose. Temperature? Room temperature or warm, whatever you tolerate. Some older adults prefer warm water because it feels gentle on the stomach. That's fine. The key is plain water. Then give yourself a short gap before breakfast. This can help hydration settle and may reduce panic hunger.
Now let's talk evidence.
The ADA's educational materials consistently point people toward water and other zero-calorie beverages rather than sugary drinks to support glucose management. There are also studies exploring water intake before meals and metabolic outcomes. For example, a 2021 study in people with type 2 diabetes reported that pre-meal water intake was associated with improvements in several markers, including fasting blood sugar in that study context. Now, important, one study doesn't mean magic, but it supports a reasonable message. Hydration and timing can matter, and water is a low-risk first step for many people. How much water is enough? There isn't one perfect number for everyone, but a respected scientific opinion from the European Food Safety Authority, EFSA, suggests adequate intakes around 2.0 liters per day for women and 2.5 liters per day for men from all sources, food plus drinks, depending on conditions. Older adults may need reminders because thirst can be weaker, so habits matter. Now, a quick warning list. What not to drink first thing in the morning if you have diabetes, especially as a senior. Fruit juice, even fresh, is fast sugar. Sweet tea or sweet coffee can be sugar plus flavored syrups. Energy drinks often contain sugar and stimulants. Detox drinks with honey are still sugar. Milk-heavy sugary coffees can add a lot of carbs quickly. Which one of these shows up most in your own morning routine? And remember, the ADA encourages reducing added sugars and choosing beverages that don't spike glucose. Now, special notes for older adults. Please listen closely. If you have heart failure, kidney disease, or you've been told to limit fluids, don't follow internet advice. Follow your clinician's plan. If you take morning medications, water is usually the best way to take them, but always follow your prescription instructions. If you wake up with very high sugar, don't panic. Water helps hydration, but you still need the full plan: medication, food choices, movement, and doctor guidance. Let's wrap with simple tips you can start tomorrow. Keep water beside your bed so it's effortless. Drink 1 glass before tea or coffee. Use a simple bottle with marks if you forget during the day. Check your morning sugar and notice patterns over 2 to 3 weeks. Swap juice for water most days. Your glucose will thank you. And one final reminder, water is not a replacement for treatment, but it's a powerful foundation.